So, welcome everyone. As we begin today's session, let's take a moment to arrive fully in this space. We'll start with a simple heart-focused breathing exercise so that it can help to enhance mind-body connection, which is part of the topic today. So just find a comfortable seated position. You can close your eyes if it's comfortable or lower your gaze softly. Rest your hands on your thighs or in your lap, wherever you feel most comfortable. And see if you can place one hand on the center of your chest over your heart as a reminder that this is a heart-focused breathing. Now begin by taking a deep breath in, imagining the air flowing directly into your heart space. Envision a gentle, warm light in this area. As you breathe in, visualize this light growing brighter. And as you exhale, picture this light spreading warmth and calmness throughout your body. Release any tension you may be holding. Breathe in and breathe out from your heart. Inhale slowly and gently, and exhale slowly. This is a time for gentleness and connection to yourself. Imagine that each inhale draws in peace and calm, and each exhale releases stress and tension. You are filling your heart space with light and peace, and sharing this tranquility with the rest of your body. Keep your attention focused in your heart area and imagine your breath is flowing in and out of this space. Feel your mind and body aligning with each breath, promoting a sense of inner harmony. Continue to breathe into your heart for a few minutes in silence, allowing ourselves to fully immerse into the experience. Now gently release your hand from your chest and take one more deep breath in and out. As you are ready, slowly begin to open your eyes and notice any subtle shifts in your body or mood. Hold on to this sense of peace or calm as we transition into today's session. Thank you for your participation. Remember that you can return to the heart focused breathing at any point during the session or in your daily practice. Now, the session today's topic is healing the sacral wound, a path to body-mind connection. So we will get into a little bit into the symptoms and effect of sacral wounds and why it is important for you to work on sacral wound healing. We'll then get into identifying your patterns. I sent you 3 questions. So we'll use them to see if there is something that comes up. And then we'll get into IFS, Somatic IFS session. IFS means Internal Family System. Doesn't matter if you don't know a lot about it, it's okay. It'll be guided. And then we'll get into sound healing. And then once it's done, top of the hour, we will then get into Q&A and answer any questions or anything that would come in. Now, getting into understanding sacral wound. So sacral wound in this context refers to emotional traumas that are believed to disrupt the balance of sacral wound, your sacral chakra, which is the second center. The second center which governs emotions, creativity, and some aspects of sexuality. Now, these wounds often come from experiences early childhood or while growing up, and they come from aspects which can include emotional neglect, boundary violations, could be by parents but also caretakers, or an abuse, can be also from parents or caretakers or at school during education process. And these can manifest in various different means. They can manifest into physical symptoms, they can manifest into emotional and into social symptoms. Now, one of the primary effects of these wounds is the disconnection between mind and body. And this can appear like numbness to the physical sensation and emotions, and an inability to express yourself, creativity, and difficult to form relationship or healthy relationship. Now, the reason what happens is when you go through such a sacral wound, in order for the body for it to protect yourself, it actually disconnects so that you do not get into further trauma, which is the reason why there is a disconnection between mind and body, often when people have had sacral wounds. Now, what are some of the symptoms that can be seen? Physical symptoms, chronic lower back pains, sciatica, issues with reproductive organs, urinary system or kidneys, sexuality dysfunction, problem with the digestive system, or persistent fatigues. These are some of the physical symptoms that are there from sacral wounds. Emotional symptoms could be feeling emotionally unstable or very sensitive, struggling with feelings of guilt and shame, especially around sexuality or past relationship, difficulty opening to others, emotionally suppressed or overactive emotions, and there's a general sense of apathy or numbness towards own feelings, but also feelings from others. Social behavior symptoms, difficulty in forming, maintaining relationships with people, can be at workplace or romantic, fear of change or lack of motivation to move forward. So when people say I'm stuck, it is mostly coming from sacral wounds. Overindulgence in fantasy or unhealthy behaviors, addictions come from there as well. Lack of creativity or inspiration, so don't feel that I can do anything. And issues with setting, respecting personal boundaries. So either overprotective or very, very open and don't know the limits of the boundaries. Now, what can you gain by working on sacral wounds? So one of the classical one is emotional stability. So healing sacral wounds bring much more balance, emotional balance. I'll give you my example there. Enhanced relationship as you work through these issues, from related to both personal boundaries and intimacy, which are often affected by sacral wounds. You might see improvement in personal relationships, both workplace and outside. Increased creativity. This is one of the things that is apparently gets locked with sacral wounds. Improve sexual health. Yeah, if mostly if there's a trauma or dysfunction which comes from sacral wound and because of sexual trauma, uh, there is a chance that when you heal that, you also have better intimacies and sex life fundamentally. And probably one of the most powerful one is around greater self-esteem and confidence as you learn to honor your feeling and you start to grow this aspect of right boundary for yourself and others from a self confidence. Now my story, because I have, and I think I've shared with most of you, is that I had sexual trauma when I was 6 and 7 and then in 12. So I carried sacral wounds for most part of my life. And there were two elements that actually brought me into uh, into the change when I worked on that. When I was doing research and looking at myself, I found that my emotional stability has been much, much better. So I'm absolutely able to maintain. I mean, I cannot tell you what I'm going through right now at my workplace, but I'm not out of balance at all. And the second thing is a greater self-esteem and confidence. I used to be somebody who had no belief in myself, despite getting everything that I wanted, but very low self-esteem. And I started to get my voice, and which is why I'm making so many changes now, even at my workplace where I'm going through huge drama. And I think those are two things that I could see immediately when I was looking at that, what changed in me as I worked through my sacral wounds. So let's get into you. To gain insight, it's always good to ask questions because that's how you know whether you are carrying them and where do they come from. So 3 questions that I also sent to you. Have you noticed any recurring pattern in your relationship that cause you discomfort and pain? Recurring issues in relationship, particularly those involving boundary violations or emotional availability, which means you find either having violation boundary or when you feel somebody has not been emotionally available are actually indicative of sacral wounds. So think about you and see if that comes up for you. Do you feel detached from your emotions or physical sensation as if you're observing them rather than experiencing them? And have you experienced blocks in your creativity or moments where you felt unable to express your authentic self, which is not being able to be yourself, which means you know that you're putting a facade or face to the external world versus how you feel inside of you. So think of that and see what comes up for you on top of your list and take a note of it. Even remind yourself about it, how it affects you. Okay, so we'll get into the IFS session. Just begin by taking a few deep breaths and start to Be in a comfortable position. You can close your eyes if you wish. And continue this deep heart-focused breathing, allowing your body and mind to settle into present moment. Now gently bring your attention to the lower part of your body, specifically around your sacral area, which is just below the navel. This is often the area where sensations related to sacral wounds may be felt. As you focus on this area, notice any sensations, emotions, or thoughts that are coming up. As you focus in this area in your sacral second center, sacral center, see if you notice any sensations, emotions, or thoughts. As you become more aware of the sensation, invite the part of you that is holding on to this sacral wound to reveal itself. This may be a part that is holding a trauma or a difficult memory, or another part that carries the emotional burden of your sacral wound. See if you can invite this part to reveal itself. Now shift your focus to sensations, any physical sensation that are associated with this part. You may feel some kind of tension, discomfort, or any sensation that may arise in your physical body. Focus on that area. As you bring your awareness to these sensations, breathe into that area, allowing your breath to create space for relaxation and release. You can also send relaxing energy by sending soothing sounds to the part. Try different sounds like ah, oh, and notice how that part responds. As this part becomes more visible, Imagine extending compassion and curiosity towards it. Ask this part, what is its intention for you? What does it need from you? And see what you get as a response. What is its intention for you? Continue to extend compassion and curiosity towards it. Now ask another question. Ask it, what is it afraid would happen to you? What are its fears? And notice what you hear. See if you can continue to be compassionate and curious. Ask it, what else is it afraid would happen to you? What other fears does it have? Now ask it what it needs from you in order to feel safe, understood, and supported. Take a few moments to listen to the response. If it is difficult to hear a part or it's reluctant to speak, simply acknowledge its presence and remind it that you are here to support its healing journey. Now gently shift your attention to physical sensation associated with this part. Notice any tension, discomfort, or other sensation that arise in your body when you engage with this part. As you focus on these sensations, see if you can find a corresponding somatic resource, a place in your body that feels grounded, strong, or calm. Find a place in your body that feels grounded, strong, or calm. And now connect with this somatic resource, imagining extending its supportive energy to this part that is holding the sacral wound. You might envision this as a warm, soothing light or a comforting embrace, or imagine the sound that brings a sense of calm. Allow the part to receive the support and begin to release any tension or discomfort it may be holding. Now we will allow this somatic support to be with the part for several minutes, allowing it to process and release any emotions or memories associated with the sacral wound. If any additional parts emerge during this process, acknowledge them and extend the same compassion support as well to them. As you feel the part beginning to relax and integrate, thank it for its willingness to engage in this process. Acknowledge the courage and resilience it has demonstrated in carrying this sacred wound and express your gratitude for its role in your life. Let your parts know that you are going to come back and work with anyone other part that wanted to express itself in following days. Let them know that you are going to come back. Now take a moment to tell to all your parts your vision for your life. What do you want for you? Thank everyone for being here. And when it starts to feel complete, just wiggle your toes and start to come back. Come back to the present moment. And if you would like to take some notes, reflections, just go ahead while we prepare for the sound healing session. Okay, so we are going to change the microphone for the sounding. So if you have not been here before, just to give you an idea. So the sound healing is using tuning forks. So what we do is we work by opening the top and bottom of the center. So if you think about us having this field around us, so the North Pole is on top of the head and the South Pole is just below your feet. So first we do is you open these two centers, and then, as today's topic is sacral, I will go straight into the sacral center, okay, which is just below the navel, okay, and we will work on both sides of it. We'll see what comes up. Now, the thing to do for you, if you're coming first time, you don't know, is breathing. So the breathing is a bit specific one. So the way you breathe is you take the breath in through your nose, and then when you breathe out, you breathe from your mouth, okay? So take the breath in and breathe out from your mouth, okay? So that's what you're going to do. I will tell you when to breathe, so I will guide you, and I will let you know when we open the two centers. And then when we start working on the sacral, we will start from the time of your birth, and then I will keep coming. So you actually, mother's womb, and then birth, and then all the ages. So you will hear me say, well, you're 5-year-old, 2-year-old, 7-year-old, and just connect to whatever comes up in your consciousness about what may have happened that time. And all you do is stay with that, and you'll breathe, because I will tell you to breathe, and we will use a tuning fork to release whatever story there is, okay? So that's what we are going to do. So now I want you to stay with your intention, what you just said to yourself as a vision for yourself, and we begin. So we start below the feet. So I'm going to open below the feet. So I'm about 1 foot below your feet, and I'm pointing the tuning fork toward your backbone. So sending sound through the backbone towards top of your head. So take a breath. Take another breath. So breathe into your second center. Okay, so I'm going to ground you now. Take a breath. So we're going to go to the top of the center, top of your head. Take a breath. So now I'm at the top of your head, pointing the tuning fork through the backbone, through your feet. So opening that channel. Take a breath. Okay, so we opened the two centers. Now we're going to work on the sacral center on the left side. Okay. So in the tuning fork system, this represents frustration and disappointments. Okay. And in some cases, also from unmet needs. Okay. So we'll start at birth and then go. Actually, we'll start in the womb, and then go below. Okay, so the tuning fork is changed. I'll use a different one for this one. And here we go. So same, you have to breathe and okay, so mother's womb. Very early, less than 3 months, or even 2 months. Take a breath. So whatever is coming up for you, if anything, just stay connected with it and take a breath. And you can also make a sound like when you release. Okay, so there's a lot going on, so I'm going to change the tuning fork to release. So just so whatever came up, you can continue to release. I'm going to go back to the tuning fork. Okay, so something shifted. 6 months in mother's womb. So there's a lot of sadness, grief. the heaviness in the chest. Okay, so make a sound. So just before birth, still in mother's womb. And it's gone to sacral, second center. And this is linked to mother, what she is going through now. Is shifted back to sadness, so see whatever is coming up for you. Could be something happening in the family. Take a breath. Okay, shifting to the other. It needs to be released. So make a sound. Okay, so now it's birth. Just see if you can send love to your mother, to the little one. Extend your love to the mom, your mom. And you feel if you have to hold on the little one that is coming in now into the world, just do that as well. Extend your love. Yep. 3-year-old. So see what you have in memory of a 3-year-old you. Lot of fear. The word that comes up is abandonment. As if feeling abundant or fear of being abundant. 5-year-old. Similar feeling. Same word comes up. And it's like a pain going towards the back. So the baby or the little one, 5-year-old, doesn't feel backed up. He's alone, left alone. "18-year-old. same word, not feeling backed up or supported. Take a deep breath. I'm going to use the other tuning fork. 35-year-old, if you are that age. Okay, now went away. Take a breath. Yeah, 35. Back. So I'm in your mother's zone. So everything that your mom could have gone through in her life, which you have inherited in a way. So you're now, I'm in that zone. So to see if you can connect, send love to her, understand what she would have gone through. And we are just releasing her stories from you, from your system. There's a lot there. So I'm going to go to the right side, which actually holds guilt and shame. So whatever age will come up, if that is associated to you feeling guilt and shame, just release it. So I'm at your birth now. So it's bringing me to 5 years ago. If you can go back in time and see 5 years ago if something comes up for you. Take a breath. So it's bringing me to your father's side. So everything that your father would have gone through in his life that you have inherited. So see if you can send love to your father. And understand what he went through in his life. How it could be affecting your life. And release. Okay, so whatever has come up, we are going to now release it out. So take deep breath. Take a breath. Take another breath. So we are going to let the process in your body continue for the next 48 hours to process out. Set that intention. We are going to surround you with this tuning fork of 528 hertz. So as a cocoon. Relax. Let's come to a close of the session. Continue to stay in your relaxed position. Keep your eyes closed. And just take slow, deep breath through your nose, filling your lungs with air. And exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any lingering thoughts or feelings. Allow your breath to flow naturally now, and let your attention rest lightly on the sensation of each breath. Now gently shift your focus to lower part of your body around your sacral area. And without judgment, take note of any sensation, emotion, or thought that you might be experiencing. Acknowledge any shifts or changes in this area compared to the beginning of the session. Now visualize a warm orange light in your sacral area, representing the energy of your sacral chakra. Imagine this light radiating warmth and healing energy, comforting any parts that are hurting and bringing balance to this area. Allow this healing energy to expand with every breath you take, spreading throughout your entire body, soothing every cell, every part, every fiber of your being. Now imagine this energy moving outward, surrounding you in a protective and nurturing glow. Feel the comfort, safety, and peace it brings. Know that this healing energy is always within you, ready to support you whenever you need it. As we prepare to end this session, let's set an intention to continue this healing journey, to nurture our body-mind connection, and to treat all parts of ourselves with kindness and compassion. Take one more deep breath, nourishing breathe in, hold it for a moment, and then let it go, releasing any residual tension. Whenever you're ready, gently wriggle your fingers, toes, bringing some movement back into your body. Slowly begin opening your eyes. Thank you for your presence, for your participation today. Remember to carry this sense of calm and connectedness with you as you transition back into your rest of your day.